Have you ever wondered whether the government is quietly planning to make you work longer before you can finally enjoy your retirement? For many people across the UK, this is one of the biggest concerns right now, and today I want to clear up the confusion once and for all. My name is David, and in this video we're going to look at the state pension age changes in 2025, what the government is reviewing, and most importantly, what it could mean for you and your retirement. Now, here's something you must know straight away. The state pension age in the UK is still 66 in 2025. That hasn't changed. But before you breathe a sigh of relief, you should also know that a government-ordered review is already underway this year, and it could decide whether millions of people will be asked to work even longer in the future. Will the age go to 67 sooner than planned? Will it jump to 68 or even 70 in the coming decades? These are the questions people are asking, and today I'll give you the facts as they stand. The scheduled rise to 67 is already in law, and it will take effect between 2026 and 2028. That means if you were born between April 1960 and March 1961, your pension age will creep up month by month until you reach 67. And beyond that, there's another increase to 68 penciled in for 2044 to 2046, but here's the twist. The 2025 review could recommend bringing that forward, which would affect many people currently in their 40s and 50s. So while nothing has changed today, the decisions being made right now in Whitehall could completely reshape retirement plans for millions. This is why it's so important for you to stay informed. If you only watch half of this video or skip through, you will miss crucial details, and you won't fully understand how these changes might affect your savings, your pension income, and even how long you may need to keep working. By understanding fully, you have to watch the complete video. If you see half video or skip in between, you would not understand anything. Let's also be clear, it's not all bad news. The state pension itself is still protected by the triple lock, and in April 2025 it increased again by 4.1%, taking the weekly full amount to £230.25. That's extra money in people's pockets, and it shows that despite talk of higher pension ages, the government is also trying to support current retirees. But for those approaching retirement, the concern is obvious. Will you get that pension at 66, at 67, or will you have to wait even longer? These are the answers I'll walk you through step by step, so stay with me until the end. By the time you finish this video, you'll not only know what the current pension age is, but also what's coming in the next few years, and how you can prepare. Don't miss a single second, because your retirement could depend on it. When we talk about retirement, pensions, and the years of hard work that finally lead to the chance to slow down, it is impossible to ignore the importance of the state pension. For millions of people across the United Kingdom, the state pension represents not just a financial payment, but a reward for decades of contributions and the foundation of security in later life. Yet, in 2025, one of the biggest topics of discussion is whether that foundation is shifting. The question that is on everyone's lips is whether the government will require people to work longer before they can claim it. This is not just a technical matter of policy, it is a deeply personal issue that affects every household, every plan for the future, and every dream of what retirement should look like. That is why today we need to go through the facts, the timelines, the reviews that are happening, and what all of it means for you, because only by having a clear picture can you make informed decisions and avoid unpleasant surprises. Right now, in 2025, the state pension age is still 66. That is the same for both men and women, and it has been this way for a few years after the gradual equalization process which raised women's pension age from 60 to 65 and then aligned it with men. If you are currently 66 or older, you are already eligible and claiming, so none of the new changes will affect your entitlement directly. However, if you are in your late 50s or early 60s, the clock is ticking towards increases that will arrive very soon. Between May 2026 and March 2028, the state pension age will gradually rise to 67. That means that someone born in April 1960 will have to wait until they are 66 years and 1 month to receive their pension, while someone born in early 1961 will not be eligible until they turn 67. The system moves month by month, stretching the timeline little by little until everyone born in that 2-year period is covered by the new age of 67. What makes 2025 significant is that the government has ordered an independent review of the state pension age. This is the third such review since the Pensions Act of 2014 required regular assessments to keep the pension age in line with life expectancy and affordability. Led by Dr. Susie Morrissey, with data from the Government Actuaries Department, this review is now underway and includes a public call for evidence. In plain terms, this means that not only are experts looking at statistics on how long people are living and how healthy they are in their later years, but ordinary people, trade unions, charities, and campaign groups are being asked for their views as well. The findings of this review could be dramatic. While the current law states that the rise to 68 should happen between 2044 and 2046, there has been talk for years that it could be brought forward to the late 2030s. Some analysts even suggest that if trends continue, we could see the pension age being nudged towards 69 or even 70 later in this century. That is the heart of the worry many people feel, not just whether the age is going up, but how quickly and how far it could climb. For someone already retired, this may sound like it does not concern you. But in reality, it matters to everyone, because changes to the pension system affect confidence, stability, and the overall support that seniors rely on. If the government shifts resources to deal with longer working lives, there may be knock-on effects on healthcare, benefits, and social care too. For those still approaching retirement, the stakes are even higher. If you are in your early 50s, your state pension age is likely to be 67 already, but the review could push it closer to 68. That means not only working longer, but also planning for a bigger gap between when you finish work and when your pension arrives. For anyone in physically demanding jobs, or for those who have health issues, the thought of being forced to wait longer feels especially unfair. Campaigners have argued that raising the age without recognizing different working conditions places an unequal burden on people who are already struggling. Despite these concerns, there are some positives to note. The state pension itself remains protected by the triple lock, which means it rises each year by the highest of average earnings growth, inflation, or 2.5%. In April 2025, that formula delivered a 4.1% increase, raising the full new state pension to £230.25 per week. That means that for those already retired, the income is keeping pace with the cost of living and even rising above inflation in some years. For those approaching retirement, it is a sign that once you do reach the qualifying age, the state pension should continue to provide a reliable foundation. Of course, the triple lock has been debated in government circles, and some argue it is too expensive to maintain forever, but for now it remains intact. Some may wonder whether private pensions or workplace schemes can soften the blow of a later state pension. The answer is yes, but it depends heavily on how early you start saving and how much your employer contributes. Auto-enrollment has brought millions into workplace pensions, but contribution levels are often modest. For many, especially those who did not have access to good occupational pensions earlier in their careers, the state pension remains the bedrock. That is why any changes to the age or eligibility resonate so deeply. As we move through 2025, the government's review will eventually publish recommendations, and ministers will then decide whether to accept them. This means that no change is happening immediately, but the groundwork is being laid for decisions that will affect people in the 2030s and 2040s. For someone in their late 40s today, this could mean retiring a year or two later than expected. For someone in their 30s, the long-term horizon could stretch even further. That is why staying informed now is crucial, because even if you are not affected today, knowing what is being considered allows you to plan and adjust. For seniors already receiving their pension, the news can feel overwhelming. Will your payments be safe? Will you still get the increases each April? The answer for now is yes. Your pension is protected, and the increases under the triple lock are still in place, but the debates happening today about affordability could, in the long term, create pressure for reforms. Some experts suggest that instead of raising the pension age endlessly, the government might consider adjusting how the triple lock works. Others believe that taxes may need to rise to support the aging population. These are political decisions that will play out over the coming years, and the voices of pensioners will play an important role in shaping them. At the same time, there are support schemes available to help seniors beyond the state pension. Many households are eligible for pension credit, which tops up income for those on low pensions. There are also winter fuel payments, council tax support, and various local schemes to help with energy bills and healthcare costs. These benefits often go unclaimed because people are not aware they qualify. That is why organizations like Age UK encourage everyone to check their entitlement, because even a few extra pounds each week can make a difference. So where does this leave us as we look at the state pension age changes in 2025? The picture is mixed. On one hand, there are no sudden shocks this year. The pension age is still 66, payments have gone up, and the system is continuing as before. On the other hand, a major review is in progress, and its recommendations could reshape the future. Whether that means the rise to 68 comes sooner, whether new thresholds are introduced, or whether more flexibility is built in remains to be seen. For now, the wisest course is to stay informed, check your records, maximize your contributions, and keep an eye on government announcements.